Welcome back. Today I'm sharing this beautiful blackberry chocolate cake. To make this cake, I am using 3 chocolate cake layers that are made with my small batch chocolate cake recipe. I'm adding a bit of frosting to my 8-inch cake board to help keep my cake layers in place, and then I'm piping on some decadent chocolate frosting. So I'm adding on a pretty thick layer of frosting here, and then I'm actually going to pipe a ring around the edge of the cake. And this is going to work as kind of a frosting dam to help keep the jam that I'm going to add to the cake inside. So I'm using 2 generous spoonfuls, heaping spoonfuls, of some blackberry preserves that I got from Whole Foods, and I'm just going to spread that evenly across my cake. You could use raspberry jam or even cherry jam would taste great in this, whatever you have on hand and you like to eat. However, the blackberry, the tartness of it, and the chocolate really go well together, so if you can find it, I highly recommend giving this combination a try. I used about 1/3 cup of preserves between each cake layer, and while I do love jam and preserves in my cakes, the more you add, the harder it will be to frost because it'll make the layers slide a bit more, so just be mindful of that when you're adding your jam. Even though you might want to add more, it will make it a lot more challenging to frost. So once my cake layers were stacked and level, I added some more buttercream around the sides to create my crumb coat. And a crumb coat is just a thin layer of frosting that fully covers the cake and helps trap in any rogue crumbs that might get in the way when you're adding your second layer of frosting. So this helps the cake set and also sets you up to be able to have a perfectly smooth and crumb-free finished look for your cake. So it's super important that you do fully cover the cake layers. So I'm using my large offset spatula to spread the frosting, and then my bench scraper to get everything nice and smooth. On the top edge of the cake, I like to use my small offset spatula. I just feel like it gives me a lot more control, and that part of the cake is a little bit more finicky when it comes to frosting. I chilled the cake in the freezer for about 10 minutes until my crumb coat was firm to the touch, and then I added on my second, thicker layer of frosting. So I'm following the exact same process of using both my large offset spatula and my bench scraper, and then very carefully smoothing out the frosting on the top. Once I was happy with how smooth my frosting was, I chilled the cake for another 10 minutes in the freezer, and then I added on a chocolate drip. So you can see by the little smudge to the left of where I started my drips that I did a test drip, and I found that my ganache was actually too thick. So I ended up heating it in the microwave a little bit to make it a bit thinner to help it run further down the cake. So I always recommend this, but if you're ever making a drip cake, be sure that you do a test drip. Just helps make sure that your ganache is the right consistency and that you're going to get that perfect drip look. So once I had added all of those drips onto this cake, it was time to decorate it. I had some leftover ganache, so I decided to cover the top of the cake with it, and then I went to town with all of my berries. So I made this cake at the end of August, and the blackberries were huge. Like, I think you saw the size of that in reference to my thumb. Literally the size of my thumb. So I added tons of blackberries, blueberries, and figs in a ring around the top of this cake, and I just loved the way it looked. If you wanted to, you could do one big pile on top of your cake, but it's a lot harder to cut, and that's why I opted to go with this ring look. To help my berries really shine, I painted them with a bit of edible gold paint. I love to use the Edible Art brand, but you could also use luster dust mixed with a bit of vodka or any clear alcohol or clear extract. Me being me, of course, I wanted to add more things to this cake, so I also added a ring of fruit around the perimeter of the cake. But in the end, I think that actually was the right decision, and I had a ton of leftover fruit, so I'm not upset about adding it to this cake. I was able to color coordinate my knife with this cut, and I pulled out this massive blue knife to cut an epic slice from our chocolate blackberry cake. So you can see the jam kind of peeking out on top of that chocolate frosting and all of our delicious chocolate cake layers. So thank you so much for watching. The recipe for this cake is up on Chelsweets.com, so you can head over there and check it out if you want to recreate it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon.